What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Handmade and Beyond podcast. I'm your host, LL, leader of the handmadeandbeyond.com website and community. I'm a self-employed entrepreneur, an Etsy expert, and business coach who's figured out how to make my entire living with my handmade business. Each week, I'll dive into strategies and success tips to help you with your handmade business, with Etsy, and everything in between. Let's dive in. Hey everyone, what is up? Welcome back to the Handmade and Beyond podcast. Glad to be back with you guys as always. Hopefully you're doing amazing. Hopefully your families are doing well. So today I got a really good podcast for you. This is hopefully going to get you geared up for 2021 because the goal is to have an amazing 2021 in your Etsy and handmade business. That's really what I want for you. And there's really no reason why you can't. If anything, if 2020 has proven us anything, it's that e-commerce is the way of the future. More people are shopping online than ever. You just have to figure out your piece of the pie. And if you are committed to the journey, if you're dedicated and you're consistent with working on your business, you will get your piece of the pie. Where people fail is they give up too fast. They think that Etsy or selling online in general is magic, that all they have to do is put up a couple of products and then they'll be sipping Mai Tais on the beach. That's not the way it works. You have to be consistent. You have to be dedicated. You have to be willing to learn and make adjustments and continue to do that. And that's all part of the process. It's like anything, right? You can't spend one day trying to build a house and expect the house to be built. You know, you can't throw a couple bricks on the ground and the house will be built in that same day. It doesn't. You don't build a house in a day. You don't. You lose weight in a day. You don't get a college degree in a day. So it's the same thing. I don't know why people get twisted when it comes to Etsy or selling online. They think that it's going to happen so fast when in reality, nothing happens that fast. Do people get lucky and sell a lot really fast? Yeah, I mean, it does happen, but a lot of times people don't even see the behind the scenes when it comes to those success stories, if I can spit it out here. So, you may see that someone opens an Etsy store, or friend or whatever, and they start getting a lot of sales, but maybe they struggled for 10 years trying to figure out what product to sell. Maybe they have a different story that you just don't know anything about. A lot of times it may seem like luck, it may seem like success, but there's a lot of years that went into that behind the scenes, and you're just seeing the good. You don't see any of the bad. So keep that in mind when it comes to your own journey. You see the bad, you see the struggle, and that's what you have to know, that most people go through that. They go through that before they get to the success. We've all been there, but the key is to keep going, keep learning, keep growing, keep being consistent. So that's all I'm going to say about that. I mean, I'll get off my soapbox now and dive into this podcast. But I think it's so important. It's a mindset thing that a lot of people struggle with. And I know 2020 has been a little bit more of a struggle than usual, but we have to move forward. We can't use that as an excuse. There is money out there. There's people that want your products out there. You just have to keep working at it and don't forget about why you started in the beginning. So what I want to talk about today is 3 ways to increase your sales for the coming months and the coming year. And it's, a lot of people say, I want more sales, and there's a lot of variables that go into that. It's not as simple as, hey, do this one thing and you will get more sales. It's a lot of things over time that will get you more sales. But here's 3 things, 3 ways to get you more sales if you do this consistently over the next, months and years. And some of this may seem obvious, but I'm going to kind of bring it all together. So the first way, and like I said, it's obvious, is to add more products, add new products and to your shop. That is the best way to grow organically. And a lot of people struggle with this. It may seem simple, but maybe you just don't have more products. yet, but work on creating new products. And if that's a little bit too hard for you, maybe you need to work on adding new variations to the products that you have. If that's a little bit easier to start. So start wherever you can start, but add, if you can add more colors or more sizes. That may give some people another option to buy, where maybe what you have now is just not exactly what they want, but if you have another color, they will buy it. But don't go down the rabbit hole of offering everything under the sun. So there's a fine line there between offering more variations and not offering too many variations, too many choices, because it can turn customers off as well. As the old saying goes, it's paralysis by analysis. So if you give a customer too many choices, they may get overwhelmed and not buy, which seems a little ridiculous if you're talking about retail items. It's not a car, but it's the same thing applies on a small scale as well. So just keep that in mind, but start somewhere, add something new, whether it's a new product and a new variation, and that will help your shop grow organically as well. uh, the next thing that I want you to consider doing is, and it's along the same lines, but it's different, adding new products based on keyword research within your niche, of course. So you probably are familiar, and maybe you're not, with SEO when it comes to keywords. So every listing, you add keywords in your title and tags, and this is what brings the appropriate traffic to your listing, hopefully brings the appropriate buyer to your listing. But you can do keyword research and figure out what are popular keywords within your niche, and maybe you want to create a product that you don't have with that keyword, or that popular keyword. So if you find, I mean, this is just an example, but if farmhouse wood shelf, maybe that keyword is really popular. It's getting a ton of traffic. So, and you sell shelves, but you don't have anything farmhouse style. So maybe you create a farmhouse style shelf and put that in your store, so you can use that keyword and capture that traffic. So if it's within your niche, if it's within your realm, you're going to put your own spin on it, your own style on it. You're not copying anything. You're just using that keyword and getting in front of that traffic. So that's one thing that you can do. You can do the best resource for keyword research, if I could say that. I'm not even going to edit that out. I don't even care. But anyways, if the best tool that I like personally, I've used a couple. The one that I like is Alora, and I'll put this link below. You can do keyword research really easily with Alora. And then there's also a Chrome plugin where you can do research based on keywords and find relevant listings. But what I really like about it is it shows favorites, visits, but it also shows sales, the average monthly sales for that keyword for the top 100 shops that they're looking at. So I like to see sales. You can have all the favorites in the world. It's a vanity metric. Favorites are still cool to see, but I want to see sales. I want to see how many sales that's bringing in. That's where you really know, are people actually buying this? So that's what I really like to do my keyword research with as well. So that's a little bit different than, eRank's good too. They don't show sales. They just show favorites and visits, and that can be a little misleading. So I like to see the sales numbers, but I'll put the link for Alora below. If you guys want to snag, they have a free trial, so you can snag it and test it out. But I really enjoy it. It's super fast, especially the Chrome extension. But yeah, that's one thing that you can do. Look within your niche and figure out, you can do related. You can pop in the keyword search tool of whatever your niche is. If you sell shelving or furniture or pots, pottery, paintings, whatever it is, and see what related keywords pop up that are within your same niche. And, it'll give you some ideas for what's popular and what products you can create to capitalize on that traffic. And it's still going to be, your shop, your niche. But you know how trends go, and you want to capitalize on some trends and some popular items. And a lot of times what's popular, now will be popular in the future, because you're not going to be using, trademarked stuff. So that's not going to be, that's where it gets like super trendy, like Baby Yoda and all that stuff. I mean, that's super big now, but that will subside, but you can't use those terms anyways because those are trademarked. You'll get dinged by Disney. So keep that in mind. So the third thing I want you to consider is, and this is along the same lines as well, is creating new products again, but based on your own shop's successes. So look at your own shop. What is selling? If you have sales, look at what's sold the most. That is a good sign for what your customer base wants. So maybe you want to create similar products of what's selling. So you're gonna tweak it a little bit. And I'm not really talking about variations of the product, because if you're already selling it, I wouldn't necessarily feel the need to create variations. I mean, you can try it and just see, but people already like what you're selling. So I would think about creating something that's, along the same lines that people like. So for instance, if you have, a farmhouse oak shelf, maybe you create another farmhouse component that would go along with the shelf. I mean, I don't even know, this isn't even my niche, but maybe you have farmhouse iPhone holder, or farmhouse knife holder. If you create, if you're in the woodworking space, so people clearly like the farmhouse. So what else can you create that's farmhouse related? Or if you're an artist and people really love your ocean painting, well, maybe you want to try a whale painting, or maybe you want to try a dolphin painting, or maybe you want to try a lake painting. So it's kind of within the same realm there. So think about what you're doing, what's selling, and maybe you want to create more of that. And you could do it. Maybe you don't have any sales yet, but what's getting a lot of favorites? Maybe you have something that's it's getting a lot of favorites, but people just, it's not enough oomph to get them to buy. So create maybe a similar product of what's getting a lot of favorites, and maybe that'll be the winner. Maybe that'll be what people buy. So that's a couple ideas for you guys going into this next year to help your shop grow and to give you more sales and more traffic. Because the more stuff that you have, you're going to learn a lot from it. You're going to learn what people like. You're going to learn what people are buying. And you're just going to get better at your niche. You're going to get better at putting stuff out there that people want. You're going to be able to continue to create, which is why we all do this. We like to create. We're creative people. And people buying it is a big bonus. We like to see people buying our stuff and bringing our products to the world. It's kind of cool. So don't forget about that. Yeah, we want to make money, but you're also creating stuff that people are putting in their houses, they're wearing. It's becoming a part of their lives. And I think that's something that we sometimes miss the longer that we do this. It's all about, making more sales, but it's also about bringing this, our creativeness to the world and to people, to our customers. So I think that's kind of cool. And we just have to take a step back sometimes and remember that. But hopefully this helps you. Those three ways to make more sales coming up in the next year. But just keep working at it, keep putting stuff in your shop, and you will see growth. If you guys would like to be part of the Handmade and Beyond community, it's a growing community of Etsy sellers all working together to grow their shops, to make more sales, but also to get the support that they need. I'm in there, every day working with members in the help forum, every month working with members in the live coaching calls, constantly adding new courses, new resources, new tools in the help forum community that you guys can use to grow your own shops. It's everything that I've done and am doing in my own shop. I don't put stuff out there that hasn't worked for me. I'm constantly using my shop as the guinea pig. Luckily, I've been fortunate enough where it's doing well, so I can't really mess it up too much. So I'm trying new stuff out all the time. But my goal is to create an army of Etsy sellers that are meeting their goals, exceeding their goals, and making the money that they want, to get the extra freedom that they deserve, to take a little bit of the pressure off. So if you guys want to join the Handmade and Beyond community, I'd love to have you. You can get access. I'll put the link below, but you can also go to handmadeandbeyond.com /HB free trial. You can get 30 days free, test drive everything. I know you'll love it and want to stay. My most successful members have been with me for a while because they understand that this is a journey. It is an investment, and you have to keep chipping away at it. But when you get stuck along the way, or need help along the way, or need guidance along the way, I will be there for you. I won't give up on you. I believe in you. and I want to help you be successful. So hopefully I see you in there. Until next week, I will talk to you guys later. Have an awesome rest of your day.